is a 1990 Toyota FJ62 Land Cruiser in white. It's got a 4-liter, 155 horsepower, 6-cylinder engine with a 4-speed automatic transmission. The 1990 Land Cruiser was at the tail end of an era because the following year the Land Cruiser would become much more plush. Fans of the 1990 Land Cruiser love its iconic body shape, rugged off-road handling, and solid reliability. Drivers complain that the ride is bumpy, underpowered, and it gets terrible gas mileage, but they still love it anyway. Car and Driver magazine said the 1990 Land Cruiser is a serious off-road vehicle for the rest of the world, the SUV that every safari leader lusts after. 31 years later, the 1990 Land Cruiser is now thought of as an SUV owned by surfers cruising up the coast in search of waves. I'm Brad Jacobson, and today I'm going to find out if this 1990 FJ62 is the perfect surf vehicle. All right, I am super stoked today to have this Land Cruiser right here in my surf garage to take a look and see if this is a true surf vehicle. Who better to help me out than my buddy Travis Logie. Travis, thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, Brad, my pleasure. Excited to check this beast out.
Absolutely. So Travis has spent his entire life surfing, 10 years on the world tour, surfing around the world. So I'm stoked to have you here because who better, like I said, to tell me if this thing is an actual surf car.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I don't know much about cars, but I know a little bit about surfing, so let's check it out.
So I'm going to break this thing down into 3 different parts, right? The first part is going to be the exterior. What on the exterior this is going to make it easier for the daily surfer, right? And then we're going to move into the interior of the car because that's the most important. How many boards can we get in this thing? What are some of the creature features in there that are going to make it more comfortable for that outdoor enthusiast, all right? And then the last one is going to be the negatives because we can't make everything super happy, positive, and not tell you what's wrong with the vehicle. So first, like I said, we're going to start off with this exterior. Like, doesn't this look like if you saw, a surf poster, this would be the vehicle?
Yeah, it looks like the quintessential surf mobile, and it's a Toyota, so it's going to go for 1,000,000 miles. It's obviously 4x4. It's got the hub locks, the old school hub locks. It just looks insane. It looks like it's got heaps of size. Doesn't have any racks on top, but I think it looks like just with the length, there's going to be ample space inside to fit boards and stuff.
If looks counted for this, you got to give it a 10 plus out of 10 because this is what you would think of as a surf vehicle. All right, man. So this is the important part, the back here. What do you think?
Yeah, there's heaps of space and some old school comfort here as well. Got the carpeting.
Old school comfort, I like that.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing for comfort, especially if you're going to end up trying if you have to stay the night here.
Yeah.
Bad thing if you're trying to get sand out of that from all day.
Yeah. So it's good if the wife kicks you out, you can come have a comfy little nap in the back of your Land Cruiser. But odds are you probably can get some melted wax. At least I would anyway. Wax is going to melt everywhere, sand. But you could always get some rubber over that as well.
Yeah, because they make those all-weather mats that you can lay back there, throw the wetsuits on. So the real test is what can we fit in here, right? So we know we've got shortboarders out there that are going to watch us, longboarders out there. I've got a collection back here with me. Anything from a 5'10" to a 9'6". Well, this one's even got wax on there, so hopefully it won't melt in the back there. But
yeah, I've no worries about this one at all. This is going to fit easy.
Yeah, this is a cakewalk, right?
Yeah.
But another good thing, like you were saying, if the wife kicks you out and you still want to surf, I think you could probably fit back there and still sleep with the board.
Yeah, you'd be fine. How long is this one?
5'10".
5'10".
Yeah.
5'10's easy.
So I think 5'10" would definitely. I don't know if you could sleep back there with anything over maybe 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
It might get a little bit tight there. Check mark the 5'10". I'm gonna jump straight away to the 9'6" longboard.
Yeah.
This guy's got the big fin in the back too, so we're really gonna.
I don't see this guy fitting in the back, but let's give it a go.
I see big ding and everything too. All right, here you go. What do you think?
We'd have to go with the angle.
Go with the angle. So this is with the back seat up. We're still hanging out,
yeah,
right?
it's not
one of the features though, one of the positives is that this bottom half will slide up.
Yeah, you have it sticking out.
So you could stick that out and
have to put a towel here or something because it's going to get smashed.
Oh yeah.
Or I guess you could get it going through the seats there, but that'd be super uncomfortable.
This thing doesn't really move, so you could trust your luck with keeping it up. Or I'm guessing you could bring it down, add a little bungee from here to here, and safely secure that thing down. So as far as being able to fit this 9'6", what do you think? I mean, would you be comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really own any 9.6s that I'm super passionate about, so I wouldn't care, but it depends on how much you love your board, but it's doable. It's doable for sure.
So a lot of people are taking these new e-bikes, electric bikes, mountain bikes, especially if you're gonna go surf low or something like that, where you gotta park far away. Key thing obviously is, can you fit a mountain bike in here or an e-bike? Now obviously all those things are different sizes, right? You got some of the little ones, some of the big ones, etc. So to make this simple, we're just gonna give you guys some measurements, right? So you know you can measure out your own bike from right here down. You're looking at 35 inches tall. So if your bike is over 35 inches tall, it's not gonna slide in. It will if you angle it out, right?
Yeah,
so if you were to try to angle this thing over, you're going just under 5 foot. So you're going about 58 inches wide. So if you want to try to diagonal that thing, and even with a bike diagonal, that 510 or 60 board would still slide under it. So you'd have room for both the board.
I feel like that's enough room for most bikes, for sure.
Yeah, right? I mean, especially with this thing, it's deep. It's really deep. Just to give you an idea how deep it is. As we're testing it, we have the back seat folded flat, right? So with that thing folded flat, to get to the very back where the tailgate's gonna close is about 68 inches. There's so much room back here, right? You can definitely fit all kinds of snowboards, all kinds of gear.
Space is definitely not an issue in this car. I mean, you definitely don't need to chuck racks on unless you're going on some serious trips with a lot of stuff or a bunch of blokes. But yeah, there's heaps of room here, especially with the seat down. So
you could even, sit on the tailgate. You're at San Onofre, at Old Man's or something like that, hanging out for the day. You've got room for the coolers and everything else, and a little bit of shade cover for you. So I don't know, man. It seems like a pretty good surf vehicle.
It really does. The fact that there's some oil in a toolbox back there is giving me a little bit of anxiety. But besides that, it's good to go, I reckon.
Whenever you've got a 31-year-old car, you always have oil with you somewhere in the vehicle.
Yeah, AAA, phoning AAA first straight away.
AAA is a good start. All right, so now we put the back seat up here to see how much room we can get. Obviously on a surf trip there, Travis, you're gonna bring friends, right?
Yeah, it looks like super spacious. Got some cup holders. I don't know what's going on over here. A couple knives. Oh, this is actually a sword or something. What's this? Just in case you get into a fight with a couple locals or something? Self-defense? Wow, this car comes with all the accessories.
With this seat up, you can still get a short board in.
Yeah, you could put a buddy either side and put the boards through the middle like that.
All right, let's cruise to the front seat really quick here before we wrap this up.
Oh, see, it's got AC. I wasn't expecting that, which is pretty cool.
Wait a minute. What is that in there? Well, he's got a fire extinguisher too. That's got to come into handy somehow. That and the knives, you'll be safe anywhere you go.
I have no idea what you're using that for, but it can't hurt to have one around, I guess.
On a 31-year-old car, you kind of have to have these sides. But one of the cool things with a car like this is a lot of times you get in, you're still wet, etc. These seats are perfect for just dumping salt water, sand, everything like that. I actually give that a positive. It's not the most luxurious thing to have. Doesn't, not as comfortable as leather, things like that, heated seats, but these for a surf vehicle, man, that's what you want.
It just looks like all around this car, I was expecting that you were gonna have to sacrifice a lot of comforts.
Right.
Like AC, it's got the windows tinted, it's got power windows.
Yeah.
And it's an absolute beast, so you can go off-road without sacrificing all that stuff that I love.
Yeah.
So, surprised me. It's a really cool car.
Awesome. Well, the last thing we gotta do here is talk about the negatives, right? We can't just sit here and tell you everything that's positive about this car. The number one thing I see as a negative, when this was brand new in 1990, they said it got anywhere between 11 and 13 miles per gallon. I talked to Alonso earlier. He said he's getting about 7 to 8 miles per gallon. There's no positive at all about that.
No, not unless you've invested in an oil company, but yeah, that's gonna cost you a lot of money on a bunch of surf trips for sure.
Obviously the gas mileage is a huge negative. Another negative would be you're driving a 31-year-old car. As we saw, he's got oil, he's got gas extinguishers, everything in here. You just don't know what's gonna go wrong. I think maintenance is gonna end up costing you more money as well. So maybe this isn't an everyday driver surfmobile?
I guess it depends who you are. Like my brothers, for instance, would love this as their everyday car. They would just deal with all the problems just because they're so into cars like this. As much as I love a car like this, I know I just love my comforts and not dealing with any problems. I just want to get to A to B as smoothly and as safely as possible. So this would definitely be like a surf trip or off-roading car for me.
Yeah, same here. So for those of you that love getting your hands dirty and getting under there, and if things go wrong, you you just attack it right away, perfect. And there's really not a lot of negatives to this. Overall, I think if you had to give it a scale, I mean, this is up there high as a surfmobile. The looks, the room of it, the off-wheel drive, the ability to go out onto the sand with this thing. Yeah, it's lacking in some of the comfort areas, like I said earlier in the opening. It's a little bit sluggish, but you don't care about that when you're going on a surf trip.
No, not at all. I'd say it gets about a 7 out of 10 from me.
I'd go right there at that 7, 8 out of 10. It's gonna be hard to beat this, man. Well, Travis, I want to thank you for coming in and checking this thing out. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so stoked to have this 1990 Land Cruiser in here. Matter of fact, the owner, Alonso, just popped. Alonso, get in here. I just got to thank you in person, man, on camera here. Thanks. This thing is a gem. Check out the shirt. He's even got the Land Cruiser Classic shirt there.
Yeah, stoked to, have you guys do a little showcase on this bad beast. And like you said, it's my everyday driver, so yeah, I just romp on it all day long.
Love it, man. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. I'm Brad Jacobson. I'll see you on the sand.